Y'all, don't sleep on Jir Watkins, y'all. We may have struck gold with him.
By 5. Stolen away. This is Watkins. Oh, my goodness. Jir Watkins, welcome to the ball game.
On his head. On his freaking head.
Jir first, because he caught the body first.
Yeah.
What did you see on that play from Jir?
Oh, I knew he was going to dunk that. I think that Jir is a very athletic player. Sneaky athletic. People don't normally realize. And, yeah, he had an open look and he took it, for sure.
So Jir Watkins today, against the Hornets, we lost 119 to 115. I don't care. Good Tank L. Great Tank L. Trey Johnson, career high, 26-6. But Jir Watkins, man, I was uber impressed with his performance today. Watkins today had 11 points, 6 rebounds, 5 steals, 2 blocks, 7 stocks in total, and was a plus 12 today. It was easily noticeable whenever he stepped onto the court, the Jir Watkins effect. We made our runs whenever he stepped onto the court. Our bench lineups tonight, Justin Champagnie, shout out to him. But Jir Watkins was awesome today. A physical guard defender, can guard the wings as well, obviously. I talked about on the stream. Point of attack defender, on ball, ball pressure, his denial defense, denying the passing lanes, a really solid weak side defender. He got it all. He got it all. On top of that, he's already an underrated offensive rebounder. His playmaking is underrated as well. We'll talk about that a bit later. But if he gets that three-point shot to 35%, fuck it, dude. He actually shot 34% at Florida State one year from the three. Last year, he shot 32%. But get it to 34, to 35, 36, 36. I think he can do it. We got ourselves a bona fide 3-and-D wing player with Jir. This man, active hands. How many deflections does he get a game? Like, I feel like I see like at least 2 or 3. At least 2 or 3 whenever he steps onto the court. Anyways, regarding Jir today, I want to talk about our wings. We already know this. We're the Washington Wild Wings. We got wings for days, boy. You know what I mean? But I want to talk about our wings, our possible rotation moving forward. And, you know, with the upcoming draft, you know, I just want to get a gist of the vibe for what y'all feel about Jir and where he currently stands in our locker room. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. So basically, odds are we're going to get our starting power forward of the future in this draft. You know what I mean? We know about Caleb Wilson, Cam Boozer, DeBonsa, even I'll throw in Quayton's in there. You never know. And if we don't get in the draft, I'd like to think that Will Dawkins will covet a big to play alongside Alex Sarr in free agency or via trade. Like, reinforcements are on the way for Alex Sarr next year. Like, it's on the way. He already called for help. It's coming. You know, we already know our interior defense this year, even though Alex Sarr is one of the best rim protectors in this league, he's going to get help. With that, Keyshawn George will move as the starting 3 for us moving forward. We already know Trey Johnson, Trey Young, most likely is going to be the backcourt. Key will be the 3. Draft via free agency or trade, we'll get a player there to play alongside Sarr at the front court. That's just my opinion. But with that, odds are perhaps there's a solid chance that Coulibaly gets relegated to the bench. Now, again, I'm a fan of Coulibaly. I think he's imperative. I think he's going to be a key contributor to us moving forward. He's nowhere near his potential and ceiling. He does have to fix his injury problems, though. But Coulibaly will be on the bench, and he'll still play at least 24 to 25 minutes a night because he's that good defensively. But at the same time, there's also a case, maybe, I don't know, Coulibaly starts at the 2. I saw people talking about Coulibaly starting at the 2 alongside Trey Young to kind of mask his defensive deficiencies and then put Trey Johnson to the bench. I don't know about that, you know what I mean? But again, I'll let y'all decide on that, you know? But anyways, now with our wings, like I said, off the bench, I'm not even considering Key. Key's going to be starting. Coulibaly, we got Champagnie, we got Will Riley, Cam Whitmore, Jir Watkins. All 5 of those guys are not going to be able to play off the bench. And I think this is a great problem for us to have. This is like, even bitching about this problem is just ludicrous. The common denominator within those 5 guys is that they're all hungry. They want to be great. Hard workers. I'm tossing in Cam, even though he has a couple of, questions that he needs to answer this offseason. You know, but competition breeds greatness. And all those dudes right there, most of them project to be plus defenders in this league. And that within itself should birth a mentality within the locker room. Like, it permeates. It will install that defensive identity that we need with these young bucks. Players on the bench will notice, hey, man, this is the standard moving forward. And if I'm not going 110% out there on defense, I ain't getting no minutes. That's the identity that we need to establish. That's what Will Dawkins and company are looking for in these players. We talked about it, and they said it multiple times. Defensive versatility, positional size, advanced processors. You know what I mean? I think Jir Watkins fits in that mold, But this is something where I feel like you see it right now on the cusp of just they're nurturing this identity. And you know what I mean? It's going to be great because guys like Cam Whitmore, he has all the potential in the world. I'll even go as far as saying that Cam Whitmore, he has one of the highest potentials in that locker room. But we know mentally, I love Cam. I like him. I want him to be here long term. Mentally, he needs to lock in. We heard the reports about his practice habits being a little bit questionable. You know what I mean? But seeing this, being surrounded by competition, seeing that your minutes are not going to be given to you, this is going to show guys like even Cam, not even Cam, dudes like who we acquire via trade, free agency, or we draft, and be like, hey, man, this is the standard. You come here and you don't play 100% on defense, you're not going to get any minutes. You're not. So this overall competition that we have in the wings right now on the bench, or even just starting with Keefe, throw Keefe in there, it's a great problem to have. It's going to make everybody better. Let's get back to Jir, because I feel like he may, by the end of the season, cement himself in this conversation of like, hey, man, I need to get minutes. You need to find a way to get me minutes in these, wings that we got in our roster. So this is his net rating right now. You can see that we are better with him on the court than off the court. And also, I don't think this is including today's game as well, because the game just ended a couple hours ago. So this will be these numbers will be improved. And Jir Watkins, we know about his summer league play. We know about his defense. You know what I mean? He had 8 steals in the summer league, tied a summer league record. History. Let's go to the stats real quick, because his three this year so far, shooting 26% from the three. Today he went 1 of 5. One thing that I like about Jir Watkins is that he is not afraid to chuck it up. He ain't shy. He's going to continue chucking it up. He missed his first 4 threes today, made his 5th one. As a matter of fact, his first 2 threes were just it barely hit rim. But this year so far, just averaging 3 points, 46% from the field, 2.9 rebounds in 13 minutes. You know what I mean? 0.5 assists. Granted, this is a very small sample size though. Just get that 3 to 34, 35. He shot 32% from Florida State last year. And I saw one year that he shot 34% at Florida State. But anyways, this is Coach Keefe talking about Jir Watkins' performance today. Stellar performance today against the Hornets.
Jir, 3rd rookie this season to go for 5 steals off of the bench. What did you like about his activity, both offensively and defensively today?
Yeah, you can just see, the impact he comes in as soon as he's in there. The ball pressure steps up. They start getting a little under duress. We start turning people over. It makes it contagious for our team. And then we probably don't talk about what a connector he is offensively. Also, playing in the short roll. We saw the lob to Alex late in the game. Just being able to connect our team on both ends of the floor is really impressive for a young player.
Activity, ball pressure, underrated playmaker. Coach Keefe just commended him for his vision and his passing, his playmaking ability. The more minutes he gets, the more he will actually, showcase that ability that he has. Like we see with Trey Johnson today, 6 assists. He had 5 assists in the first half. You see this right here, advanced processor, It's exciting, man. So we go to our current roster, right? And I was talking about this earlier. Trae Young is most likely going to be a starting point guard. Trey Johnson, I'd like to think. There is an argument for Bilal Coulibaly possibly starting next to him to, we know the defensive deficiencies, I don't know. I'll leave that up to you guys. My opinion, I think Trey Johnson's too good to come off the bench. Then you got Key at the 3. Most likely, power forward will be, hopefully, a Boozer, a Wilson, acquaintance. Maybe DeBonsa, of course, DeBonsa. And then Star will be his 5. Okay? Or we get, a Hartenstein, or we get, somebody out, we're going to get another big for Alex Sarr. So this is why I keep saying that Keyshawn's going to go to 3, in my opinion. And then it leaves guys like Champagnie, who's on one of the best contracts in this league. The next Josh Hart. Will Riley, who, we think is going to blossom really soon. 6'10" Will Riley. Jir Watkins. You know what I mean? Then Coulibaly most likely will be relegated to the bench. And that's not a diss to Coulibaly. It's not a diss to Coulibaly, But, hey, man, somebody's going to be relegated, But I still feel like Coulibaly's going to get 24 to 25 minutes because he's damn good defensively. And then, obviously not here is Kent Whitmore, but Kent Whitmore as well. So that's 5 dudes. Again, Champagnie, Watkins, Coulibaly, Whitmore, and Riley. 5 dudes. That's 5 dudes. Not all of them will be able to play. Again, great thing. It's a great problem to have. But, it leads me to believe. Will the Wizards look to condense this offseason at the wing? Would they look to condense? Maybe trade one of those dudes, you know what I mean? Or, try to trade them and try to upgrade at a position of need. Like I said, maybe at the front court. I don't know. I'll leave that up to you guys. The comment of the day goes to this dude. He just commented it, actually, on the channel. It says, Joseph Castrance. He said, let's move on from Bilal. We got Watkins. Respectfully, I disagree. I'm a Bilal guy, even though he does frustrate the hell out of me. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys, especially his injury problems and, his 3-point percentage and his ball handling. But damn it, I'm not out. We even heard Winger praise Bilal Coulibaly in the press conference. I'm nowhere near out, Respectfully disagree. But at the same time with Joseph, with what his comment said, I do agree with his level of excitement. Because this comment stemmed from excitement regarding Jir Watkins and his performance today. I'm with him in this regard of like, hey, man, just even thinking of this possible scenario of moving on from Coulibaly and having Jir Watkins readily available. That's exciting, dude. Some people said this previously in the chat, and I've been saying this as well. So we agree on this shit. But you know what I mean? Bilal Coulibaly is up for extension soon, or actually really soon. Maybe I've been saying lowball him, in this offseason. Hey, if Bilal Coulibaly starts playing games, I'll be like, all right, you want to play hardball? We got Jir Watkins right here. We believe that he can possibly put up your type of performance and play your role moving forward. So it's also with Jir us like a security blanket. So, hey, man, I'm just saying, but to me, I'd much rather just not pay Bilal, lowball him, have him getting on a team-friendly contract extension. But I first want to see on this overall how he ends the season, and I want to see him play. I want to see him play, dude. I want to see him play these 60 games. Not this year, but, moving forward. But anyways, I'm still high on Bilal. We are deep at one of the most, if not the most important position in modern-day basketball, the wing. These dudes, defensive versatility, can play the 1 through 4, can defend the 1 through 4, sorry. And my opinion is this is my conclusion. It's a race to improve the three-point shot. Whoever improves that three-point shot to 35% wins this race and will get minutes off the bench. And again, I'm throwing in Keyshawn George here. You know what I mean? I do believe Keyshawn's going to be entrenched at the 3. But for the rest of these dudes off the bench, I think Champagnie is going to be definitely going to get his 3-point shot. Last year he shot 38% from the 3. Granted, it was only minimum attempts. But still, that's the race. Whoever gets the 3-point percentage to 35, 36, that person's going to win the race. And they're going to get the minutes. That's just my prediction. But, hey, man, this offseason, lock all these young bucks up in the weight room. Lock them up in the weight room. Let's get stronger. Let's get bigger. And then shoot 1,000 3-pointers a day. Especially Jir Watkins, Coulibaly, Champagnie, Will Riley, of course, as well. He definitely needs to improve that. And we're good, man. We're good. We got plenty of options, different avenues to go. But anyways, y'all let me know which avenue y'all would like to see. I think it's way too early to see what we're going to do. And, and I'm not out on Kent Whitmore, too. I think definitely this front office wants to see what Kent Whitmore can offer consistently. Michael Winger actually said that in his press conference 2 days ago regarding Kent Whitmore, how not disappointed in him, but it sucked that he got injured, Wishing him a speedy recovery. Again, y'all let me know what y'all think. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. I might drop another video tomorrow, dude. I'm going to be snowed in. If I have power, I'll drop another video tomorrow. Anyways, peace, y'all. Take care.